Hey there, Gemini. Welcome to your reading for the week of September 16th. We're going to jump right in here, Gemini. You have this completeness card and this prosperity card. I mean, it is a very prosperous time for you. You have you have Jupiter in your sign, which is amazing for prosperity and creating prosperity. I always tell people as well that when you have Jupiter in your sign, it's like, sometimes with these bigger planets, you don't get the rewards until after the planet leaves your sign. So, it's like all the work that you're doing right now will be adding up to something bigger in the future. And, I always encourage people, like, don't be afraid to do that extra work right now, even if you're not getting, bigger results. Because, again, you're kind of like planting seeds for the future. And if you do the work now, in the future, when Jupiter leaves your sign, those seeds will sprout, they will grow. And so I would definitely encourage you to do whatever you can to get things growing and moving and all that other, all that other good stuff here. You start off with the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands can, of course, represent marriage, but there really isn't a lot of love here. You do go down to the Knight of Cups from the Four of Wands right here. So we go Four of Wands, Fool to the Knight of Cups. So if you want love, this could be a person who's taking a leap of faith on you, and it could be a knight in shining armor that's coming in for you here. So that looks good. But what I would really say is that, again, I don't really feel this is necessarily a love reading. The Four of Wands is a card of freedom, and the Four of Wands wants you to set yourself free. I'm kind of like beginning to wonder. We have this eclipse this week on the 17th, and I'm wondering if this eclipse is kind of highlighting certain areas of our life where we feel stuck. You have the Eight of Swords showing up here, and it's like saying, that we need to remove ourselves from stuck situations so that we can set ourselves free. And, the Four of Wands is a card of freedom, so I would definitely think about that. If you're doing anything where you're like wasting your time, or especially if you're not getting a result on something that you're working on, it might be time to take control with the Emperor here. The Emperor is all about taking control of your reality and really making something happen. So it might be time for you to take control of your situation and remove yourself from situations that aren't growing or aren't really getting anywhere. And that's kind of what I feel with the Emperor. You have the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is self-imposed restriction. Eight of Swords is about removing yourself from something where you feel like you're stuck in prison. The whole point of the Eight of Swords is that this person is only seeing one way to solve their problems when there are many ways to solve their problems. For a lot of you, you have the Fool to the High Priestess. This could say that there are, that you need to pay attention intuitively. There could be intuitive kind of messages that you're receiving, or your intuition could be the thing that is setting you free. And I would be paying attention to your intuition, especially if you're having a hard time finding a solution to an area of your life where you're feeling stuck. With the Four of Wands, you have the Four of Pentacles. Four of Pentacles is holding on too tightly to something. It's funny, I just said this to Aquarius, and I'm going to say the same thing to you. Sometimes I think we are in a situation and we just think that if we stay a little bit longer, that it's going to improve. And, I kind of get the feeling from this reading that you need to put a time limit on something that just isn't working. So again, this could be like your business, your career. It could be maybe you're just working together with a group of people. You have the Three of Cups right next to all this. And so again, sometimes I think we need to put a time limit on things, and we need to say okay, if this, I've been giving this project a year and I haven't seen a result, at a certain point, we do have to, quit. You're not really quitting. You're just saying this isn't working. And so I feel that for some of you, where it's like, if you've been putting a lot of work into something and it's not working, it might be time to take a leap of faith towards something new. With the Emperor, you have the Justice card. I almost called you Libra at the beginning of this reading, and so that's funny. I know that we are in a time of kind of karmic balance, so it might be an amazing time for you to kind of balance things out in your life in general. It might be a good time for you to balance out yourself with the Justice card. Justice is cause and effect, and again, it's about paying attention to what's working, what's not working. With the Justice card, if we put energy into something, we have to get energy back, and if we're not, then we have to make a change. So I feel like the Justice card is kind of saying, make sure that you're putting yourself in situations where you get energy back, and don't stay stuck in things where you're not getting a return on your energy. And that's really what I would pay attention to with the Justice card. Am I getting my energetic investment back, or am I suffering in this situation and giving to something where I'm not getting a return? And that's what I would think about. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Four Swords. Four Swords is resting, relaxing, recovering. So a lot of you could be in this period of time where you are resting, relaxing, recovering. And I would just take as much time as you need to rest, relax, recover. With the Four Swords, it's a great card for doing that. And again, this eclipse energy is a little bit kind of, it's a good eclipse, but it's a little bit on the heavy side. And we have, things going on this week. I'm doing this video, I'm shooting it on the 11th. It will be out on the 12th. And, even this week, starting on the 11th, it really started yesterday on the 10th. We have some, pretty crazy stuff going on in the astrology. So if you need extra rest, take the extra rest. If you need extra sleep, take the extra sleep. I would definitely listen to your body at this time because, you probably need it. Next, in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this compassion card and this purpose card. Love it. You have the Three of Cups as your first card. And so you could be receiving a lot of positive energy from the people in your life, or you could be receiving compassion or compassionate energy or caring energy from the people around you. And of course, that's a good thing. I do feel like some of you could be discovering your purpose. You have the Ace of Pentacles here as well. And the Ace of Pentacles can represent kind of like receiving an opportunity. We'll talk about it in a minute. You have this Three of Cups here, and the Three of Cups can represent celebration, community, working together with people in your life. These women are celebrating this harvest that you see around them. And you also have the Nine of Pentacles in this reading. So a lot of you could be celebrating harvest, or you could even be experiencing some sort of harvest at this time, which is great. And again, you have Jupiter in your sign. The other thing is that I feel like you should celebrate your harvest. I tell people all the time that probably one of the best things I've done in my life is, whenever something good happens, I really celebrate it and take the time to enjoy it. I think that, we've gotten to this place in the world where, it's just like on to the next one. You have a success and you just run right past it and you just go for the next success instead of like really soaking up the energy of the victory that you just had. And so sometimes I feel with the Three of Cups that we really need to, celebrate that victory or celebrate the win or the success that we're having because we just attract more of that energy to us when we stay in that energy just a little bit longer. So I would definitely recommend that. You have the Fool. The Fool is about taking a leap of faith towards something that is, maybe intuitive because you go up to that High Priestess. And so the Fool has been on a journey before. I always say he has these tattered sleeves here. And the Fool goes from the Fool to the world, and then he starts all over again as a Fool. So we're always going on this journey in life. And the sleeves kind of should be, they should be comfort to him because they should tell him like, hey, you've done this before, you can easily do it again. And you know what things to avoid, you know what things to double down on when you get to those good cards on your journey, you know the things that you should be doubling down on. And the Fool is really all about that. So really all I'm getting off the Fool is that you're about to do something that you've done before again. You have the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is like a big opportunity or something that has a lot of potential coming in for you. You have that Purpose card, and I feel for a lot of you that you could be getting an opportunity that is connected to your purpose. I keep telling people, especially right now, that we should be paying attention to things that we've also never done before and that we could just be a natural at. And that's kind of what I'm getting for you is like you could be receiving an opportunity to do something like in work or business or your career. And it might be something that you don't realize you're good at. And if you do realize you're good at doing it, then you should do it again. It's kind of like public speaking. It's like maybe you get an opportunity to give a presentation at work or something like that. It's like the Ace of Pentacles is saying to me, you might not realize yet that you are naturally good at it until you do it. And then once you do it, it could open up a whole world of opportunity to you. So, again, I would pay attention to like random opportunities, things that pop out to you, or if like you get a random opportunity, I would take it. You might discover you're good at it. With the the Three of Cups, you have the Five of Wands. I kind of feel like some of you could be clearing something up with a group of people or a person as well. So, Five of Wands is normally conflict and competition, but intuitively, I feel some of you have had a conflict or you have experienced some sort of conflict with a person or group of people. And I almost kind of get like apology vibes off of this card. This card does not represent an apology to me. Like usually the Ace of Swords is like a good card for an apology or something like that. But it is popping into my head. So if you've recently had a falling out or, or it doesn't even have to be that big of a deal, then I feel there could be an apology. With the Fool, you have the Empress. There you go. So, for those of you that want love, there definitely could be like an Emperor, an Empress, whatever you prefer, coming in for you, and it could be like a Knight in Shining Armor. The Fool would say it's worth the risk. The Fool is pointing towards the Emperor, so this could be you taking a risk on a person. And again, if you do take that risk, this could say that again, this is love. I really like the Emperor and the Empress together, just in general, because they kind of represent a balance between the masculine and the feminine energy. Sometimes in a reading, if we only have the Emperor, for example, it would say that you need to balance out your feminine energy. You need to be more creative, and you need to be willing to start new things and all this other stuff, and vice versa with the Emperor, right? If we just had the Empress, you would need to take action on your creative ideas. But we have both. So it kind of says the two energies are working well together inside of you. I'm telling you right now, with the Ace of Pentacles, you have the Moon. I feel like there is some sort of random opportunity that's coming in for you that you don't see yet. Like this is, I'm not like trying to be, clickbaity here or anything like that. I don't feel this is like some big secret or something like that. But I do feel you could be, like in the near future, you could be presented with an opportunity that has a lot of potential, and I would jump on it, whatever it is, especially if it's in regards to your finances. We go up to the Nine of Pentacles. I feel like this is something that you are natural at, but you just don't know it. Again, sometimes I think we're born with a skill. We just don't know that we're good at it because we've always been good at it, and it's not until we like do something with it that people tell us how good we are at, doing whatever it is that we're doing. And I know I'm speaking very generally, but I feel like it's going to be different for all of you. And again, it feels like it's work-based to me, like your boss asks you to pick up an extra project, or this, if you have a business, same thing. You could be doing something in your business for the first time because you're presented with an opportunity, and I kind of feel it's going to go so well that it becomes like part of your business, or it becomes part of your job, and it's probably going to lead to more abundance as well. You have this Creator God card, and this is coming up in the area of messages from your future self. You have this Creator God card and this Earthly Focus card as well. So a lot of creative energy in this reading, and a lot of needing to use your creativity. You could be needing to manifest your creative ideas here on Earth. The Earthly Focus card could say that you need to take your creativity and express it into the world. And with the Empress, I would definitely say that it would probably be very successful for you. You have the High Priestess, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Knight of Cups. The High Priestess is about trusting your intuition, or tapping into your intuition, which of course I think would be a great thing for you to do at this time. Really tap into your intuition and, kind of pay attention to what your intuition is telling you, because I feel like your intuition is trying to guide you at this time. And, that's really what I would do with this High Priestess card, is really pay attention to your intuition. It's trying to guide you right now. I also feel that the High Priestess is the card of potential. We have the Ace of Pentacles. The High Priestess has no roof over her head, and the no roof over her head kind of represents the fact that whatever she is dreaming of, she has unlimited potential in her life. And, if she can dream it, she can have it. So I feel for a lot of you that, this is kind of saying that you need to tap into your intuitive vision. You have the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is abundance and success coming in for you. The Nine of Pentacles is pre-Empress energy, and we have the Empress in this reading. This is a card of gratitude and luxuries as well. So remember what I said about not just rushing right past a victory. If you have a victory, you should really be celebrating it. And, she's all about gratitude. So like one of the easiest ways to celebrate a victory is to be grateful, that you had the victory. So I think gratitude would be a really good idea here. You have the Knight of Cups, and the Knight of Cups could be like a Knight in Shining Armor. So I do feel for some of you that there could be a Knight in Shining Armor that's coming in for you at this time if you want love. The Knight of Pentacles could also say that you're going from like single to being in a connection. So you've probably been through a very intuitive time, or a very intuitive, introspective time over the past years, right? So if you have been single for a long time, there could be a new person who's being attracted to you. The thing about having Jupiter in your sign is even if you don't want love, Jupiter expands you into the world, so Jupiter can make you more attractive. And, so even if you don't want love, it's not going to stop a person from being interested in you. You don't have to accept it, but, there you go. With the High Priestess, you have the Nine of Wands. Yes, if I was a Gemini, and I basically am, I'm a Gemini moon. I'm a 5-degree Pisces. 5 degrees is Gemini. So I feel that, experimentation is going to be Gemini's best friend. Just look at this channel, right? I run 1 billion experiments all the time because, experimentation is the ticket to success. Most of your ideas aren't going to work. But the ones that do are going to make up and be totally worth it. So Nine of Wands, sometimes I think we just need to throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. And if we do that, then we will find a lot of success. With the Nine of Pentacles, you have the Ten of Swords. I feel like you're going from the Nine of Pentacles to the Empress. It's like saying this is the death of the Nine of Pentacles. So you're getting to that next level. Ten of Swords can be a blessing in disguise. So if you have walked away from something, or like we said here, if you had a conflict with a person, the Ten of Swords can say that now you are seeing how that conflict was really a blessing. With the Knight of Cups, you have the Temperance card. What I would say is I'm not crazy about the Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Knight of Pentacles is showing up in the area of the good stuff in your reading, but sometimes the Knight of Pentacles can represent something that moves too slowly. So if you are attracting a person, it's like either you or this person wants to move slower than the other person. That's only a problem if there's no communication, right? So I kind of feel that these cards here are saying, like, if you want to move more slowly with a person, I would communicate that to the person, right? Because, it's like I said, it's only a problem if there's no communication. Same thing with them. If you meet a person and they're moving too slowly for you, you can speak up and you can say, like, hey, like, is this actually going somewhere, or what's the deal? And then at least you know. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have this Time to Collaborate card, Three of Cups, and you have this Take the Lead card. Yes, if you are collaborating in a group, I feel like you need to be the leader here, Gemini. I feel like this is saying that, Three of Cups, if you are working together with another group, with a group of people, that you should be the one that's taking the lead. If you need help in any area of your life, then again, you should be the one that is taking the lead and asking for help. You have the Queen of Wands, the Temperance card, and the Knight of Pentacles. The Queen of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, really going for what you want. So I feel like it would be an amazing time for you to really kind of go for the things that you desire. The Queen of Wands has to learn as she goes, so she doesn't really know all the details of what she's about to do. She has to, again, learn as she goes. So if you're working on any projects, business ideas, anything like that, the Queen of Wands doesn't know all the details, but she figures it out anyway. And so I kind of feel this is saying, like, don't be afraid if you don't know what to do. Know that, the secret to life is no one knows what they're doing. So, again, I think that for a lot of you, this is about doing something even if you don't know what to do. You have the Temperance card. Temperance is patience, but it's also, and you have Temperance twice. So I feel, but again, it's showing up in the good stuff. But I would also say that, again, if someone is moving too slowly, then you might need to be the one to speak up and kind of get things moving forward. Temperance can also say that it's time for you to, like, turn a negative into a positive. So if you've been experiencing some sort of negative, it might be time to use your powers of alchemy, just like the Temperance card does, to make something more positive. You have the Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Pentacles is progress. Again, in the good stuff, the Knight of Pentacles definitely says you're making progress towards your goals or towards whatever you're working towards. With the Queen of Wands, you have the Three of Pentacles. Yes, definitely, you need to be the leader. Again, if you are working on any projects, then I feel that you need to be the one that takes the lead. I also feel like you need to be the one that gets all the attention. He has done the work. And the Three of Pentacles is a card of quality work, and the Three of Pentacles can say that you need to be the one who gets the attention for the work that you've done. So I feel that it's like time for you to shine, right? With the Temperance card, you have the Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups is about being spoiled for choice, having a lot of options. In the good stuff, it would definitely say that you have a lot of options at this time, or you could be attracting more options. With the Knight of Pentacles, you have the High Priestess. Again, the High Priestess is about trusting your intuition. I kind of feel this reading is a little bit weird because I feel that in a lot of ways, you are being intuitively guided, which can be confusing, or, it can say that you don't know, that you're just having to trust your gut, and there might not be evidence that you're moving in the right direction in whatever you're working on, other than your gut is telling you you're going in the right direction. So I would say trust your gut. You have this hat. It says you will be playing a different role. Yes, the leader. I think this whole entire reading is saying that, Gemini is becoming the leader. So it's like you're stepping up here. You have this broom. It says new home, new attitude. So a lot of you, Nine of Pentacles. Nine of Pentacles is all about changing your environment. You don't have to move. You can just clean up your environment, where you live right now, and create an environment of success. So I'm a big fan of doing this, and I highly recommend that you do. You have this harp. It says great happiness on it. So there could be a lot of happiness coming in for you, probably because things are going your way. Again, if you're taking the lead, then you're creating the reality that you want to see. And of course, that is a good thing. You have this rat. It says someone working against you behind your back. Again, Five of Wands. I would be careful. If I kind of feel like you're clearing this up with a person if someone did something behind your back. But I also I wouldn't reinvest energy with that person, right? Especially if they're a backstabber. You have the Ten of Swords here as well. You have this candle. It says you will be shown the way. It's like there's a clarity. It's like maybe you've been operating from your gut all along. And now this reading is really saying the change that's happening is that you're finally getting guidance. You've been having to just trust your gut. There has been no evidence that you're doing the right thing. And now, because of this card, it's like maybe you're actually seeing the evidence. So pretty good stuff here, Gemini. Looks good. Thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.